You know, we have to make significant changes to our budget, but I want to be crystal clear that we are not going to raise taxes beyond what we had already planned in this budget to absorb any of this. We're going to get there, as I wrote today in the paper, with reductions to some of our new infrastructure spending, and we are going to have to impact some service levels. We'll have a better sense of what that is when we get the reports back in December, but we're going to trim our way to a balanced budget. We're not going to raise taxes to pass on this download from the province onto citizens. There are a number of impacts to policing as a consequence of the provincial budget. Downloading lab costs hits the city of Edmonton extra hard because we have some of the, we have Northern Alberta's inner city, and so we have complex crime to deal with here that no other city in Alberta does. So that hits Edmonton extra hard, which is frustrating, but it's $2.3 million out of a $500 million police budget. That we can figure out. We're continuing to do long-term planning work for the completion of the LRT network. I've been clear that I'm going to fight for West LRT and the Blatchford extension. And remember that the federal government was returned to power on a promise of permanent significant transit funding, which is a couple $100 million a year for the city from the federal government. With the loss of the city charter, we lost $200 million a year of permanent provincial transit funding that was to start in 2028. And that's the dollars I would have used to build that line. However, we've got a few years to turn things around, and we understand that as Alberta's fiscal position and economic position recovers, the government's willing to have a conversation about long-term transit funding. I doubt we're going to get certainty on that, but I want to carry on with the planning in the meantime under the assumption that eventually we'll get back into the business of permanent provincial commitment to mass transit to go with the federal commitments that we've worked hard to secure. You know what, I think I've got 13 budgets under my belt. This is going to be fine. And if anything, a bit of scarcity keeps everybody focused, and so I think we'll be fine. I think this council's up to the challenge. I think we understand the urgency of what's been put before us, and I think the group is ready to take this on.